Marker. Ah, I missed. Ah! There we go. Anyway, spaghetti squash, right? Oh, spaghetti squash. We're cooking spaghetti squash because I can't eat actual spaghetti and chicken basil pesto stuff. We have to find a better way to say that. Basil chicken pesto. Chicken pesto. I'm not even drunk yet. What the f? Ah! Ah! I should probably wait to do all this. Are we good? Are we rolling? What am I drinking today? Jesus Christ. Are we ready? Are we gonna go?
Yep.
Welcome back to Cooking with Kevin, or MS Millennial. I don't remember what we're calling it. I think it's Cooking with the MS Chef. I don't know, whatever it says on the bottom of the screen. Anyway, today we're going to be cooking basil chicken with spaghetti squash, because I can't eat anything gluten-wise. But we're gonna use walnuts instead of pine nuts, because pine nuts are expensive. So walnuts just taste better. Anyway, so, first things first, what you're gonna do, I already did it. Oil up your chicken, salt and pepper it, let that shit out for a little bit. And then we're gonna start the stove. Put it on a low heat. We just want it warm when we put the chicken on. We don't want it too hot because we're not pan frying it. We're also not searing it. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna peel the garlic because garlic had to be and wear skin, which is gross. And it takes forever. They have tools for this too, but why? If I'm spending 20 bucks on something that only does one thing, why? You know what I mean? Now, doing this, there's two things that you must realize. One, garlic is delicious, and any recipe you're doing, multiply garlic by 2 because garlic is amazing. And if you don't like garlic, you're probably a vampire. Other thing is, your hands will smell like garlic for the rest of your life. I cooked with garlic like 3 days ago, and they still smell like garlic. It's annoying, but you know, I'm okay with it because I like the smell of garlic. God, this is worse than the potatoes. If you can, just buy minced garlic. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just garlic that's minced. There's no reason you can't have minced garlic. My cat's afraid of the camera for some reason. God, it's taking forever. I didn't want that one anyway. It's the one downside to cider. Downside to cider is you burp a lot. God, it is too early in the morning to be drunk right now. No, it's not. Never mind. If you woke up, it's not too early to be drunk. Unless you have, like, work that day. Anyway, cut up the garlic. I like to, every now and then, find a chunk of garlic in something I'm eating because I'm a masochist. There's probably a prettier way to do this, but my give a level was expired yesterday, and I'm still waiting for the maintenance guy to come and repair it. And I don't think he's going to be here, so we're going to nonchalantly cut this. It's my dead face. Also looks like another face, but you might be a child, so I don't want to talk about it. Anyway, cut up the garlic. Get it nice and fine. Have some wine. Or cider. Or wine. I don't know what I'm drinking. There's a lot of alcohol on the table. Either way, it's going to be delicious. All right, pan is hot enough, so what we're going to do, you always have to click it at least twice to make sure they work. They still work. Slide that on it. Remember to recycle your oil kits. Earth is dying. There's no joke there, that's just sad. Anyway, look, another plate appeared. I'm a magician. I don't know why I said that weird. Anyway, spaghetti squash, right. Oh, spaghetti squash. Do it. So poke some holes in it. Do it safer than how I'm doing it, because this is dangerous. And in all honesty, I'll probably end up cutting myself at some point in time. Hopefully not today, because hospitals are expensive. All right, so spaghetti squash is a squash, obviously, it's in the fucking name. It's also a lot healthier than eating regular spaghetti, and I'm trying to watch my weight for 2 reasons. Well, 1, because I have to, MS, and 2, because I am in the process of training to hike up and ski down a mountain, which is a lot of work for a normal person, but with MS, everything gets to be a little bit harder. And I'm not doing it for a competition or for a fundraiser. I'm doing it for the sole purpose of saying that I did it. Because the number one thing with MS is the mental hit that you're gonna take. And probably, honestly, with any degenerative disease. It's just how it works. So I'm doing it to say that I did it. I'm saying that I could do it because I don't want to have an excuse of something holding me back. I had a doctor once tell me that MS isn't terminal, but the mindset you have with it is what's going to be terminal. So, anyway, poke some holes in that. Don't carve it. It's not pumpkin squash or Halloween squash. And we're gonna slide this in a microwave. Look at how clean that is. I just cleaned it yesterday. Ooh, delightful. And look at this. We're gonna do 10 minutes. Oh my God, that's so long. And it's great because we can forget about it. We're gonna cut up our onion. And now, since we're gonna be pseudo sauteing them with the chicken, we're just gonna slice them like this, like a little pinwheel. A good chef never makes noise when they chop shit. But I'm not a good chef. I'm a great chef. Or something. Anyway, keep cutting. We're only using half an onion for this one. It's a white onion. You can use yellow, it's gonna be a little bit sweeter. Actually, it's a yellow onion, because it's a little bit sweeter. And you'll notice I'm not crying while cutting it. It's because I'm not a bitch. Anyway, don't zoom in on my face. Easiest way not to cry is to refrigerate the onion before you do it. But it's neither here nor there. Caught it. Anyway, slide to the side, we're done with it. Now we're gonna make our pesto with our mortar and pestle. Get it? Pesto, pestle. Fun fact, legally not a fact. The mortar and pestle was invented just for pesto. That's not true. I don't think that's even close to true. I think the mortar and pestle was invented for the sole purpose of grinding it up and doing it in a cool way. I used to have a wood mortar and pestle when I was younger.
Kid, because I'm Guatemalan.
Tamales? I broke it because it was wood. Or just buy a food processor to make this whole process easier. Because I have no idea what muscle I'm using to do this, but I didn't work it out enough because I'm already sore and tired. Let's get loud. Let's get loud. Chicken, easiest way to tell when it's ready to be flipped. So you feel it in your balls. Women, I'm sorry, you're never gonna be able to cook chicken again. No, just leave it on there. It's on low. You don't need to flip it a lot. It is getting close, so we are gonna flip it here in a minute once I'm done grinding all this walnuts together. This doesn't take this long when I chew it. Maybe we just baby bird the pesto. Don't do that. It's so unsanitary. It's awful. I'm out of sight here. Now we're gonna flip the chicken. Oh my God, we're doing bacon too. How could I forget?
Talk to the camera, not to the mic.
How could I forget? I'm so used to the camera being right in my face. Guys, I apologize. I totally forgot. We're also making pesto chicken with bacon, which is on the floor where it belongs. We're gonna cut that up. Hold on. We're also making bacon, pesto, basil, chicken and spaghetti. What do we call this? I don't even have a name for most of my recipes. I make them up as I go. Skizzers, the enemy of paper, which is the enemy of rock, which fears no man except the skizzer.
Skizzer's the enemy of paper, which is the enemy of rock, which fears no man except the skizzer.
Alright, so anyway, we don't have to cook all of it. If you want, you can use all the bacon. You don't have to. We're just gonna use a couple pieces, maybe 2 or 3. I want 2 things out of this bacon. I want dried bacon to put over my chicken. Not dry, but like already cooked, crispy bacon to put over my chicken. And I also want the bacon grease because I'm going to use that to cook the pesto instead of an olive oil. Because I just thought of that and it sounds delicious. Now, I have a compromised immune system because of a drug I'm taking for MS. And so I'm supposed to avoid pork in public situations. However, if I cook it at home, a little less of an issue. And the reason being is raw pork is dangerous, a lot like raw chicken is dangerous because of the parasites that raw pork carries with it. I don't remember what they're called. I just know that that's how one of my uncles died when I was a kid. He consumed a lot of raw pork and he had like worms in his spine and that eventually ate out his brain. There's no joke to that, it's just a sad story. Don't eat raw pork. Also, if you have a compromised immune system and you want to chance it, cook it at home. Don't go out and do it, because there's no guarantee that they cooked it properly. Always wash your hands. Sanitation is very important, especially with like viruses from China. You gotta kiss the mic for good luck. Anyway, bacon's cooking, chicken's cooking, spaghetti squash just finished. But first we're gonna chop up some basil, which is the name of that guy from Movie with Austin Powers, Elizabeth Hurley.
It was Basil.
No. Fuck Mouse Detective. Austin Powers. I just said Austin Powers. Chop up some basil. Now, there's probably an easier way to do this, and I'm sure there's videos that I could watch on how to get better at this, but no. The greatest part about cooking with Kevin is that I do this so that everybody can do it, because I don't have a degree in cooking. I was a chef once, but that was mostly because my boss was on drugs at the time. Anyway, that's a different story. I cook because I like to, and I hope you like to. So, you know, cooking is not necessarily perfection. If you want to be a Gordon Ramsay, go for it. Do the whole perfection. Talk about how there's too much oil on the plate because America wants to invade it, or because the octopus is so undercooked that SpongeBob's trying to bug it. You know, whatever meme you want to go with, doesn't matter. Where's spaghetti squash stuff? I'm cooking for the sole purpose, and I'm showing you how to cook for the sole purpose of knowing how to cook. You don't need a degree to cook. Your mom didn't have a degree when she cooked. That sounds like a your mom joke. But no, grandmas make the best cooking, and they never went to school. Most of them, I don't know. Yours might have. And we're gonna put some garlic in there. Not all of it, because a lot of the garlic is gonna go with our chicken, which is almost done. So far, we've got walnuts, we've got basil, and we've got garlic in there. Traditionally, you use a lot more basil when you're making pesto, which I'm probably going to end up doing. So, bear with me. Bacon's almost done. Ta-da! Bacon sounds like freedom when you cook it. Oh my god, I love it. I know what you're thinking. Kevin, those are the same tongs you use for the chicken. Isn't it unsanitary? It's my kitchen. But yes it is. I'm gonna flip the chicken. You want that to be juicy. Put some wine in there too, because wine is always good and everybody deserves some eating your chicken. Back to the basil. Ta-da! Look, I'm back. We're gonna cut up some more basil. Don't need the stems. Like any good plant. I think basil is actually a weed. And we're gonna dice it up just like we did the other one. Go buy a basil plant. I have a basil plant. His name's Barry. Barry the basil. I love him. He's right over there. I don't know if Mike wants to show him. That's up to him. But he's sitting on the windowsill. There are two things that Kevin is not. I'm not a herbologist. I'm also not a professional cook. So, if you can tell me that the basil needs more sunlight or less sunlight, I'm gonna say, okay, and leave him right there. He's fine. He's died on me twice, and I keep bringing it back. Be careful when you're scraping off the knife, too, because you might cut yourself. It's like a stomp concert, isn't it? Remember that? Like 2004 when that was all the fucking rave? Do not go gentle into that good night. Rave! Rave against the darkness! All of that was wrong, and I hope it hurt you as much as it hurt me. Remember, if you get a boo-boo on the outside, grab a Band-Aid. If you get boo-boo on the inside, drink up. Or something. Like I had said before, with the rawness of pork, you don't want it to be too raw, because raw pork is bad pork. Unless you're into that thing, in which case, don't invite me to your funeral. I don't look good in black, unless it's an apron. What was I doing? Oh, it's cooking, right. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this out. We have all this bacon. Now you don't have to use all of this in your dish. You can do what I do and eat like half of it, because you're fat. I mean, you're not, I am, but you're not. Now the easiest way to tell the chicken is done is to stab it with a fork and let it bleed. Unless, of course, it doesn't bleed. And then you switch sides and you go to another part. You stab it with a fork and let it bleed. If it comes out clear, you're good to go. We're gonna put that in the bacon grease. Oh, yeah. Now we're doing this for two reasons. It's like a round of applause. But we're doing this for two reasons. One, because bacon is delicious. And two, because I need that pan to saute my onions and garlic. Remember how we kept the garlic? You remember. Now that's gonna cook with the juices and the wine that was left over from the previous batch. There's not a lot of oil in there, so we're gonna add a little bit more. You can do this one of two ways. You can do the oil, you can do butter if you want a buttery taste. I use Chardonnay when I put the chicken in, so I didn't have to use as much butter. Try to avoid using milk products in general. They're highly inflammatory, and I'm supposed to avoid inflammatory products. So this doesn't have to cook for that long. You're just sauteing them, and if I'm being honest, it shouldn't take more than 5 minutes to do that. Now we're gonna turn the chicken, because like I said, it's already cooked, but the bacon grease is gonna make it taste so much better. Oh, spaghetti squash! Don't forget about the goddamn spaghetti squash. What would I do without a cameraman? Holy that's hot. It's gonna be hot as when you take it out of the oven. Microwave. Here's what I would recommend. Oven mitts that say Cooking with Kevin, which is me, not the other guy. So I'm angry, so I have to drink. Spaghetti squash to the kitchen, stove, sink. All right, we're gonna take our handy dandy cutting board, which I left here for a reason. I knew I did. Put that there. Feel that thud? That means it's spaghetti squash. Gotta cut off the two ends. So see this? That's gonna disappear. See this? That's gonna disappear. Holy that's hot. Oven mitts. We talked about this, Kevin. Sometimes he forgets. It's okay. Now, if you've ever seen that movie Alien, then you know what the inside of people look like. And it's all seeds and guts and grossness. Oh, look at that. Gross. Now, the one part of spaghetti squash that we do want to eat is this side right here. The sides of it are what causes it to become spaghetti. And this in the middle we don't need. It's like carving a pumpkin. Yeah, we're going to scrape out all that nonsense. But you don't want too much from the outside because that's all spaghetti is. You literally just want the innards out. When you're done, what you're going to have is something like this. And what you're going to want to do is go from the outside inward. And you can see it's all stringy, like spaghetti. I honestly like it a lot better than spaghetti. It's earthier, it's got a lot more taste. It doesn't make me feel like when I eat it. That's a big one. What we're gonna do, little Kevin trade secret, before you put it on a plate, you're gonna wanna salt it and pepper it. And then here's the big one. And I always keep butter at room temp in a jar, so I always have it ready. I'm gonna put a little bit of butter on top of it. Now once that's in there, I'm gonna mix it up a bit. This isn't necessary, it just gives the spaghettis a little bit more flavor so they don't just taste like squash. You know me, I like things to taste like at least two things. That's why I treat pineapple juice. That wouldn't be a bad idea. We could do a Cooking with Kevin before D&D, and I'll just make food for everybody. Totally okay with that. Especially the new place. If we end up getting a house we want, the kitchen's huge. I love bacon. I missed it. I really did. 2020 is the first time I've had bacon since last year because I was told I wasn't allowed to. And then we did more research, like normal people do. And I found out two things. Bacon, pork in general, as long as I cook it, or I trust the person who cooks it to cook it right, I can eat, which is delicious. Pork spare ribs, forget about it. Also, Kaiser Soze is Kevin Spacey. Spoiler alert for the young and the restless. So we're almost done. Chicken's off. Bacon grease is sitting there. We'll throw that out later. Now what we're gonna do, because we need that pan for some stuff. So we're gonna put some spaghetti squash on a plate, because we're plating. I don't know if you caught this or not. We're done. We're gonna put the chicken on the plate. Oh yes. We're gonna take some of the onions, sauteed, all done. Put it on the top. We're gonna kick my cat. Oh no, what happened? What did I do? Now, most importantly, and I almost forgot, was the bacon chips, because those have to go over the top. So we're gonna take two of these. We're just gonna cut them up really quick. It doesn't have to be pretty. It's honestly at this point just for garnish. If you want to make it like pretty, take a basil leaf and set this to the side for now. Because what we're gonna do with the pesto, don't think I forgot about the pesto. You can do pesto one of two ways. You can just put it over the top, spoon it, however you want to do it. So go to your little mortar and pestle, set that down somewhere. Take a drink too. And once it's all ground up and ready to go, before you put it on your plate, and this is super important, you have to put oil in there. Olive oil is traditional. It's neutral enough in taste that it won't overpower anything. If you do coconut oil, it'll just be too much. Coconut oil is, it's too much. And we'll do a show where I cook with coconut oil, because there's times where it's necessary. Like if you're doing stir fry, Stir fry is a good one to have coconut oil for. Or if you're just frying chicken, it's good as well. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna put this over the top, let it fall to the side because gravity is a bitch. Oh. Whatever. However you want to make it pretty. Doesn't matter. But there you have it. I don't think we have a name for this. I made it up as I went. So, bacon, basil, chicken, spaghetti, squash, nonsense. We'll think of a better name eventually. But yeah, there you go. As always, stay hydrated. And thanks for watching Cooking with the MS Chef. It actually does look really good. Another bottle of wine. Because I want to, Michael.
We're figuring it out. We're trying something new today. It's very exciting.
He's always hard at work.